Welcome to class today. We'll be doing a 60-minute Hatha Yoga class. We'll be starting out with a standing sequence for about 30 minutes half of the time, and then the other half will be lying down, mostly on your back. So we'll start here on our back. So coming onto your back, stretch out, get comfortable. And then take a moment here just to come into the practice. Bringing your attention to your breathing. You can close your eyes here or place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. And slowly start to inhale through your nose and out of your mouth. Noticing how your body moves with every breath that you take. Set aside anything that's been going on prior to class or anything that you might have to do afterwards. We'll start off just with a little bit of square breathing in order to just center ourselves. So slowly inhale through your nose, hold your breath, then exhale through your mouth and hold your breath again. So we'll do this together about maybe 2 or 3 times. Slowly inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. At any point in the practice, you can always take that on and focus on your breath by counting your breath. Slowly open your eyes and bring your knees into your chest. Rocking yourself side to side. And then land on one side or the other, right or left side, into a fetal position. Slowly push up into your hands, coming through a tabletop, and then push up into your hands and knees, downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet up to your hands. With your hands at your ankles, slowly walk your hands up your legs, coming up into a standing position at the top of your mat. Here, plant your feet, ground yourself. And then we're just going to start the practice today with a bit of breath work. So it's called pranayama. So slowly here, bring your hands to your heart center, palms together. Your back is long, your posture is strong here. Slowly inhale, and then slowly exhale, bringing your hands down to the sides of your body. And as you inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Palms are together at the top. And then slowly start to exhale, bringing your palms through center, interlocking your fingers at the heart center, and then pushing down. Inhale, hands go in front, up and forward, up above, palms together at the top, and then slowly start to exhale, hands come forward in front of you, At the heart center, interlock your fingers and then push down. Inhale, hands go up and forward in front of you. You can bring your hands up and change your gaze so that you're following your hand. Exhale, slowly start to bring your hands to heart center. Push through the middle, interlocking your fingers, hands at the bottom. And then inhale, bring up your hands overhead, gaze is going up, palms together at the top. And slowly exhale, palms through the center, interlocking fingers, pushing through. So one more time. Inhale, hands up and over, palms together. And slowly exhale, hands going through the heart center, interlock fingers, and at the end, push out at the end. Standing here, you can just take a moment just to rotate out your shoulders, just give some movement here. And then slowly plant your feet, spread out your toes about hip width apart. And then turn out your right foot so that your knee is open towards the right side. And here you can keep your heel just leaning towards your left leg if you like, or bring up your foot in the inseam of your left leg. It can land anywhere. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. Here, check that you're not leaning into your hips, but that your hips are out and you're supported and contained in your abdomen. You're not sinking into this pose. Your tree might be a little bit wobbly today, and that's okay. Take a moment here as you inhale. Bring your attention to your back, your spine is long. And then as you exhale, you're giving a little squeeze to your abdomen. Inhale, bring your knee forward. Exhale, bring your foot back to the ground. You can bring your hands by your side. Plant your feet, spread your toes. This time turning out your left foot. Here you can have your heel lean against your ankle, your right ankle, and just stay here if this is feeling good. Otherwise, bring your leg up without pulling up your leg with your hand, just naturally wherever it lands. Bring your hands to heart center. Notice that you're not sinking into the pose, your hips are up. Inhale, lung back. Exhale, give a squeeze to your abs. Here, if you'd like to challenge yourself, you can always just drop your eyelids a little bit, keeping your eyes slightly open, but just reducing the vision, making this pose a little bit more challenging. Inhale, bring your knee forward. Exhale, bring your foot back down to the ground. And bring your hands by your side. Here you can rotate your shoulders again if that feels good, moving them backward. And then slowly inhale, bring your hands up overhead, palms together, reaching up towards the ceiling. Big inhale, and then exhale and go over to the right side. Leaning over to the right side, giving a stretch to the left side body, a bit of a banana shape here. And the curve is going right through the body, not just in the torso. You can even hold on to your left wrist, that might help in the pose. And you can bring some movement, inhaling, lifting a little bit, exhaling, going a little deeper onto the right side. Inhale, lift up to center, hands going towards the ceiling, and then exhale, going over to the left side. Giving a stretch to the right side body here, right through to the hips. Even in this pose, check that your hips and your shoulders are in alignment, that they're not in different planes. Inhale, lift a little bit, exhale, go a little deeper. And then slowly come up, palms up to the center, reaching towards the ceiling, and then bring your arms right down by your side. Here, it might just feel good just to do Shoulder rotations back, swing your arms side to side, whatever feels good just to warm up the shoulders here. Set up your feet so your feet are about hip width apart here. Spread out your toes, and then slowly rotate your shoulders back, and then pull your arms up in front of you. So your arms are parallel to the ground in front, and then slowly bring a bend into your knees, sitting down into a chair. Inhale, lift, your body is long, and exhale, try to sit a little lower into this chair. You can bring some movement here. Inhale, lift, exhale, sit a little lower. If this is a bit too much for the arms today, always bring a bend into your arms at your elbows, and you can just stay in that position. We won't be staying here for too long. So inhale, lift. Exhale, sit a little deeper, squeeze those abs, and then come out of it, hands overhead, palms together at the top, swing your arms by your side. For the next pose here, your feet are about hip width apart again, but just this time come up onto your tippy toes. And here, once you feel that your ankles are stabilized, you're not wobbling side to side, at that point, rotate your shoulders back and pull your arms up and forward in front of you, parallel to the ground, keeping your heels up. Come back into that chair, bending your knees. And just notice that your ankles are not wobbling, that you're stable. Inhale, bring attention to your back, your alignment. And then exhale, try to go a little deeper into this pose. If you're as deep as you can go, just give a little squeeze to your abs. Same thing, if your arms are getting a little tired, bring a bend into your elbows. Bring your attention to your breathing. Heels are still lifted. And then slowly bring your knees straight and your heels lower down. Your arms can go up overhead, palms together, stretching towards the ceiling, and then bring your arms back down. Here, if it feels good, swing your arms. Bring some rotations to the shoulders. And then here, slowly bring your right arm underneath your left arm. The right goes underneath the left. And then here you can have your arms so that your hands are in front of your face, blocking your view a little bit, or you can always hold on to your shoulders. And then slowly here, start to bring a bend into your knees, coming down into a chair. Inhale, lift your right leg and wrap it around your left. Your foot will be hanging out onto the side maybe, or you can maybe wrap it around behind you. Otherwise, you can always use your toes to just give you a little bit of stability. Lean onto the ground. In this pose, try not to have your elbows tucked into your chest, even if you're holding onto your shoulder. Just bring your arms so they're parallel to the ground. Notice that your shoulders and your hips are right over each other. Inhale, your back is long. Exhale, try to sit a little deeper. Not holding this too long. Bring your attention to your breathing. Notice what's happening there. Inhale, come out of the pose. Exhale, drop your foot to the ground and release your arms. Here, bring some movements to your shoulders. Maybe reach behind you, bringing your hands together behind you. And then come back. This time, the right arm goes underneath the left. So right underneath the left. Keeping your arms parallel to the ground. Start to sit back into your chair. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, wrap it over your right. Might be different on this side. Maybe your foot touching the ground. Maybe you're able to wrap it around behind you. Inhale, notice your spine. Notice the length in your back. Exhale, give a little squeeze to your abs. Inhale, bring your knee up in front of you. Exhale, bring your foot down and unwrap your arms. Here, set up with your hands overhead. So bring your hands up overhead, palms together, stretching up towards the ceiling. And then bring your hands down to the heart center, palms together. Here, have your feet about mat width apart. Sorry, not mat width apart, hip width apart. Palms are at heart center. Inhale, you have long back. And then as you exhale, start to sit back into that chair. This time, try this pose with your knees apart. So you have a gap between your legs. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, turn over towards the left side of the room. Here, you can hinge your elbow onto your left knee. Or if you like, have your arm across your leg towards the left knee, and then have your left arm behind your lower back. Check your knees that one is not popping in front of the other. And in this pose, you're opening up towards the left side. So your chest is opening towards the left side. And notice your neck. Pick a point, a corner in the room to look at, just not to cause yourself any injury. Inhale, palms together at heart center. You can lift out of this position if you like. Standing up, palms to heart center. Back is long. And then exhale, bring a bend into your knee, coming back into the seated position. Inhale, long back. Exhale, turn over to the right side. Check your knees, one knee is not popping in front of the other. You can hinge your elbow onto your right knee, or bring your arm across your leg, and now the right hand is on your lower back. Chest is opening towards the right side of the room. Take a point in the room for your neck. Trying to keep in mind the posture and the alignment of your body in all your poses. And then inhale, slowly come back up, palms to heart center. Come up to the top of your mat here. Bring your hands by your side. Spread out your feet so they're about hip width apart. And then bring your hands to your lower back. Keeping your chest open and wide. Shoulders are spread. And then slowly start to bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. And this gaze is going a little bit further back behind you. Just going into a slight backward bend here, counteracting all the forward bending that we do over our phones, laptops, books. So just don't go too far, just so you're able to breathe easily here. And then slowly come back up. Hands are by your side. And then slowly bring your hands right down to the ground next to your feet. Inhale, half lift. Your hands are at your ankles, your back is long. And then exhale, let go, hang over your legs here. You can bring a bend into your knees. You can even hug your legs if you like. Letting your head hang. And just imagining all the worries of the world just rolling off your shoulders here. Letting go of the weight in your head. Inhale and slowly push back your right leg. Your right foot is going behind you. Onto your tippy toes. You have your right foot is on your tippy toes. And check that your ankle for your left leg is right underneath your left knee. Once you're ready, bring your palm to your front leg. So the weight of your pose is mostly onto your front leg. Once you're ready here, you can bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Stretching up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Back is long. Or if you like, you can always have your arms behind you as if you're about to pounce up into the forward in front of you. In this pose, your right foot is on, you have most of your weight on the balls of your toes, and your heel is lifted. Notice that the weight is evenly distributed across your whole foot, not mostly on your toe, big toe, but on all the toes in your right foot. Inhale, long back. Exhale, go a little deeper into that front leg, keeping your knee right over your ankle. Slowly bring your hands to your hips. And then turn out your back foot, the right foot here. Turn it out so it's facing the screen or it's parallel to the back of the mat. Still keeping the bend in the front knee. Check that your heels are in alignment. They're both in the same line. And then slowly bring your hands up parallel. So your left arm is reaching right over your left leg in front of you. And then your right arm is behind you. Inhale, feeling your body long, up towards the ceiling, reaching upwards. And as you exhale, go a little deeper into that front leg. Turn your thumbs up towards the ceiling. And then bring your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're going towards the front. Your left arm is towards the ground. Leaning a little bit onto your right knee, on your left knee in front of you, but not too much weight. You can even have your left arm behind you, wrapping behind you, so there's no weight in the front. Slowly come up. Arms are parallel to the ground again. And then this time, straighten your front knee. And then bring your left hand up towards the ceiling, leaning back behind you. Slowly come back. Arms are parallel. And this time, bring your hands back to your hips. And pivot your front foot now so that they're both facing the same way now, your feet. Both are parallel to the back of the mat. Back in front of the mat. And then slowly here, standing with this gap between your legs, slowly start to forward fold. So bending your body over your leg, going downward. You can grab onto your ankles here, keeping your legs straight, no bend in the knee. You can bring your hands in front of you. Just let your body hang, let the weight fall off your shoulders here, letting go of your head. And if it feels good for you, you can interlock your fingers and place your hands behind your head. Not pulling with any additional energy, but just the weight of your hands behind your head. And try to let go of the weight of your head here. We'll be holding this for a little bit just because the hamstrings are a very large muscle. Just feeling the stretch in those hamstrings. And just come to your breath, come to your breathing. If you like, take a moment here to try the square breathing on your own, what we did in the beginning. Counting to 4 as you inhale, holding your breath to 4, exhaling to 4, holding your breath to 4. slowly bring your hands back to the ground. Here you can play with the weight in your feet, so just leaning slightly forward into your toes without lifting your heels. Leaning slightly back into your heels and feel where that stretches differently into your legs. Notice any differences. And then bring your hands to your ankles and slowly start to walk yourself up your legs, coming back into a standing position. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a moment here, just let the blood rush down back the other way. And then slowly flip your back foot. So the right foot now is perpendicular to the back of the mat. Bring a bend into that knee, the back knee. And your left foot is still parallel to the front of the mat. Here, bring your arms up parallel to your legs. So your right arm is stretching in front of you, over your right leg, and then your left arm is behind you this time. Inhale, your body is long. You feel yourself coming up out of this pose. Exhale, lean forward, lean into that front knee. Lift your thumbs upwards, go towards the ceiling, and then bring your front arm down towards your front knee, and your back arm, the left arm, is towards the ceiling. You can even look at your left arm in front of you, not leaning too much into that front leg. You can even wrap your right arm behind you around your torso. And slowly come back up, arms are parallel. This time straighten out the front knee, and then bring your right arm up towards the ceiling, reaching behind you. And then come back, arms are parallel. Bring your arms and your hands to your hips. And this time, position yourself, bringing a bend into your front knee, and then pivot your back foot so that your weight of your foot is now onto the toes, the left toes. Setting up for the lunge on the other side. So your heel is lifted on your back foot, and the weight is evenly distributed on your toes. Here, you can try a different variation, maybe bringing your arms back behind you as if you're going to lunge forward, or have your arms up towards the ceiling if that's not the pose you did before. Inhale, you feel your spine is long. Exhale, bend a little deeper into that front leg. And then slowly here, bring your hands back to your hips. And then inhale, long back. Exhale, bring your hands down around your front foot. Inhale, long back. Exhale, bring your left foot forward. You're hanging over your legs here. And then slowly come up, walking your hands up your legs, coming back into a standing position. Here at the top of your mat, ground your feet. And then flip out your right foot once again. Here you can keep your foot leaning onto your left leg, bringing a bend into your right knee. You can bring your leg into the inseam of your left leg. And here, express your tree differently. Before we had our hands at heart center, you can bring your arms by your side, maybe arms up towards the ceiling. Notice maybe your pose is a little bit more stable than at the beginning of class. And then slowly bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, bring your knee forward. Exhale, bring your foot back to the ground. And then slowly ground your right foot. Flip your left foot out. Bring your foot on the inseam of your right leg this time. And express yourself differently. Arms overhead, maybe bringing in a bend into your elbows. Whatever feels good here. And notice the difference from the beginning of class and now. Slowly bring your hands to the center. Inhale, your knee is forward. Exhale, bring your foot down. Here, come to the middle of your mat and try to have your props, your 2 blocks in front of you, just for some support in this pose. And slowly what we're going to do here is bring your right foot in front of you, spread out your toes. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, start to lean forward over your blocks, kicking your left leg behind you. Here, if you don't need the blocks, you can always lift your arms up beside you. You're kind of flying in the air here. Taking a moment. Grab a chair, grab something around you if you need. Then slowly bring your foot back to the ground. Coming up, standing up here. And then this time, bring your left foot forward in front of you. Inhale, and start to lift your right foot. Exhale, lean over in front of you. Lifting your right leg back behind you, leaning over onto the blocks for the support that you have in front of you. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you can bring your hands by your side. And then slowly bring your leg right back down to the ground. If it feels good, you can wrap your hands up overhead, palms together at the top of your hands. Then bring your hands back by your side. Here, slowly ground your left foot. Spread your toes. And then grab your right foot on the outside of your foot with your right hand. Inhale. And back is long. Exhale, start to lean forward into this pose, kicking your right foot behind you and reaching your left arm in front of you. Holding this for a little bit. Maybe you're wobbling out, falling out of the position. It's okay, just come back into it. And then slowly come back and let go of your foot. And then set up on the other side. Bringing your right foot in front of you, spreading out your toes. Grab onto your left leg this time. And then slowly inhale, back is long. Exhale, start to lean forward, kick your left leg back, reaching forward in front of you. Holding this position for a little bit, few moments. And then slowly come back out of it, lowering your legs and your arms. Here you can take a moment, just grab some water, and then join back on the ground on your back. So we'll be coming right back onto the ground. On your back, spread out, take some space. Come back to your breath, center yourself here. And if you like, take a moment to do the square breathing, inhaling on your own, up to 4 or 5 maybe. Holding your breath to 4, exhaling to 4, holding your breath again to 4. Noticing your breath, noticing how you feel right now. Slowly bring your knees into your chest. And then rock yourself side to side, giving your back a little bit of a massage. And then place your feet on the ground, knees are bent. And here, bring your right leg up into the air towards the ceiling. You can bring a rotation into your ankle, your right foot in the air. Just rotate your ankle. And then bring your right ankle over onto your left knee. Here, you can stay here, and just with the energy of your leg, your right leg is pushing itself back. You're not pushing it yourself with your hands. And you can just stay here if this feels good. Otherwise, you can grab your left leg with both your hands, lifting up your left leg. And then in this case, flex your right foot just to protect your knee. And in this pose, it's the same thing. You're still pushing your right leg, but only with the energy of the leg, not with your elbow. Keeping your foot flexed. Bring attention to your breathing. And then slowly let go of your thigh. Bring your foot right back down to the ground. And this time, bring your left foot up into the air. Rotate your left ankle in the air. And then bring that left ankle onto your right knee. Here, pushing with just the energy of the leg. Pushing that left leg back. And then if you like, you can grab onto your thigh, your right thigh with both your hands. And then flex your left foot. And try just keeping the energy of your leg in your left leg, pushing it back. Slowly let go of your thigh, and then bring your left foot right back down to the ground. Here, take a moment just to tuck your shoulders behind you on the ground, and then slowly lift your hips up into the air. Shoulders are tucked behind you. Here, you can stay in this pose with your hips lifted. Or if you like, you can bring some movement into it. So as you inhale, you lift your hips, and as you exhale, you lower your hips down, but not right to the ground, just hovering. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your hips. So just bringing movement here. Otherwise, you can just stay with your hips up. And then slowly start to lower your hips down to the ground. It might feel good here to bring your knees into your chest. And just rock yourself side to side. And then just bring your knees down on either side in a fetal position. Pushing through into a tabletop position if that feels good. And coming down onto your stomach. So we're flat on our tummy. And then here, just place your left cheek on the ground. Your hands are by your side. And then slowly bring your hands up in front of you so that your elbows are near your chest and your hands are flat in front of you. So you're in baby cobra and your chest is lifted. You can stay here, or if you like, you can push up into your hands, coming into more of an intense bend, curve into your back. And then slowly lower yourself right back down to the ground. Palms are facing the ceiling, and this time your right cheek is on the floor. Inhale and lift your back legs. So just the energy of the back legs is lifting your legs up. Your chest is on the ground, your legs are lifted, energizing your legs. And then lower down. Here, what we're going to do next is on the next pose, we're going to lift our chest and legs at the same time. So if you like, you can have your hands together behind your back. And then on the next inhale, we lift our front and back at the same time. So inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower down. And then once again, inhale, lift. Torso and legs lift. And then lower down. One more time, inhale, lift the chest and legs. And exhale, lower down. Let go of your hands and place your other cheek onto the ground. For the next pose, you can continue to do it this way. You can have just your chest and legs lift and hold your hands behind your back. Otherwise, if you like, you can bring a bend into your knees, grab onto your legs. So holding onto your ankles or your feet, don't hold onto your pants. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and lift the torso and the legs. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Stretch out your arms, your legs. Just take a moment. And then slowly push into your hands, coming into a child's pose. So your knees are mat width apart. And stretch your hands up in front of you, bringing your hips behind you. You can place a pillow underneath your hips. And then slowly come up, pushing into your hands. Downward facing dog. Hips are in the air. And then slowly here, we're just going to flow through some movements. So your hips are in the air, and then slowly here, lower down into a high plank. Bring your knees down to the ground. Your chest goes to the ground. Push up into your front body. You're in a baby cobra again. Then push up into your hands, coming up into a downward facing dog. So once again, coming down into a high plank. Lower your knees, chest goes down to the ground. Push up your body, your torso is in a baby cobra. Push up into a downward facing dog. And one more time, lower down, high plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest to the ground. Push up your torso is into baby cobra. And then push up, coming back into the downward facing dog. Here you can walk out your feet. And then slowly come down to your knee. And here, one pose that we're going to try is coming down onto your feet here. Your hips are onto your feet. And slowly come behind you. So you're leaning back behind you. You can stay here just leaning back. Or you can lower down onto your elbows. And if it's accessible for you, you can bring your shoulders down to the ground, not holding this for too long. And then slowly come back up. This time, coming up onto your knees, standing on your knees. And then here, bring your toes onto the ground so your heels are lifted a little bit. So your toes are on the ground. And this time, reach back behind you, holding on to your heels. This pose can be very triggering. It's a pretty deep backward bend, but we won't hold it too long. Bring your gaze towards the ceiling. And then slowly come out of it. Coming up, bring your hands to the ground and push up into a downward facing dog. And then in the downward facing dog, inhale, kick your right knee up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring your right knee towards your right wrist. And your foot is going to the left side. Push back your left leg. And you're in the pigeon pose. So here, you can stay up in a proud pigeon, or you can lower yourself down onto your elbows. keeping your elbows right underneath your shoulder, and your head is up with some alignment, not sinking into this pose. And then slowly push up, coming back up into downward facing dog. Maybe walking out your feet if that feels good. And then this time bring your left leg up towards the ceiling. And then bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Your foot is towards the right side. And here, if you like, you can stay up, proud pigeon. Or you're lowering yourself down for a few moments. You can always use a prop for your head. And then this time, come out of the position by just rolling over onto your hips. So onto your left hip, coming into a seated position. And bring your legs out in front of you. Here, just take a moment and lean over, reaching towards your ankles. Slightly stretching your legs. And then bring a bend into your right knee. Bring your right foot over your left leg. Inhale here, long back. Left arm is up towards the ceiling. Exhale, turn over to the right side. Twisting and looking over your right shoulder towards the back of you. Inhale, long back. Exhale, try to twist a little deeper. Come back, come out of it. Twist forward. Maybe do a counter twist, turning over towards the other side. And then come back, center, coming back and unwrapping your legs. You can lean over both legs that are long in front of you. And then come back, bring a bend into your left knee, bring your left foot over your right leg. And then this time, inhale, right arm goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, turn over towards the left side. Inhale, long back. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring attention to your back, the length of your spine. And as you exhale, try to twist a little deeper here. Come back to center, maybe counter twist over, looking towards the other side of the room. And then come back to center. Here, bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. And lean over your feet, feeling the stretch in the inner thighs. Maybe grabbing onto your toes. Leaning over, still keeping a decent posture. Not sinking into the pose too much. And then slowly stretch out your legs. Take up some space. Maybe place a pillow behind your head. And place a bolster or pillow underneath your knee. Just giving yourself some support, spreading out on the ground here. Taking some space, stretching out, starfish type position. You can even have your hands overhead, just stretch out. Inhale pretty deeply here. Through your nose, inhale deep, fill up your chest with air. And then just exhale out of your mouth. Inhale through your nose deeply. And then exhale out of your mouth. Just letting go. One more time, inhale deep through your nose. And then exhale strongly out of your mouth. Let your breath come back to a natural breathing. Notice the weight of your body on the ground, how you're being supported by the ground beneath you. Noticing the contact points of your body on the ground here. I'm just going to read a quote. It's called "Come Back to Center." Come back to center, that place in you that is still, calm, quiet, and connected. Your center is a place you can trust. It connects the body, mind, heart, and soul. It connects truth, your inner voice, and the divine. Your best work comes from there. Your most loving times come from there. Your insights, awareness, and guidance come from being there at that place. Your best decisions, finest moments come from that place. Your center is a place that is quietly confident, unassuming, spontaneous, and free. It is gentle and kind, but it has the power to defend instinctively against attack. Your center is a place that is naturally joyful and at peace. It is accepting, non-judgmental, and it channels the voice of your heart. It knows perfect timing. It knows the rhythm of the universe, the rhythm of all creation, and it delights in its connection to that rhythm. If you must leave your center to learn a lesson, feel a feeling, or experience something new, do that. Take all the side trips you are called to, but come back to your center when you're done. And go to your center first, before you go anywhere else. Take the time that you need here. And when you decide to come out of the practice, slowly do that. Slowly opening your eyes, slowly wiggling your toes and your fingers. Maybe bringing your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Then coming over to one side and pushing up and coming back into a seated position. Thank you for coming to class today.